part two starts always with someone coming in and sharing their heart, sharing their dreams, sharing what they've written in their book, like this one. And really, really proud to be the publisher of this book. And when we got introduced, gosh, how long ago? It was 4 years ago, 3 years ago? I came along just like you to one of these nights, and I have been coming back ever since. But what really makes Some-Antics awesome is the people. Big up to you. Yeah. But what makes it doubly awesome is the person who runs Some-Antics. So, but when that person not only expresses their heart, their passion, their interest on a monthly basis in these sessions, but when sets the example and puts their heart in word on paper, that is pretty awesome. So I am really looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to finding out which poems he chooses to share with us tonight. So let's give an overwhelming round of applause to Sammy Nour.
Round of applause for Sandra, the publisher. Thank you, Sandra. That was beautiful. I almost had a little cry there. Sandra thinks I'm cool. What way to start? What way to start? Was that news idea? This guy. You throw me off now. Where was I? Oh yeah, crying. I was crying over there. Thank you, Sandra. That was lovely. And thank you so much to yourself and Rue for all the efforts that's gone into the book. I'm going to start, I feel like it's fitting to start with the first poem of the book, which is called Still Standing, which I wrote, oh boss, I've started to I used to live in Spain and I was sitting on top of a mountain and I wrote this poem, it's called Still Standing. The rocks, the hill, the climb. One more floor up on the staircase in my mind. One step closer in the search for what I'm trying to find. An old church, a castle lies in ruins, but at the top of the hill it still stands. It still stands just like I still stand. I wish I could say the same for my best laid plans. I'm the Prince of Valencia. At the summit a child cries, mesmerized I was by the conviction in his eyes. I said, keep that dream alive, young man, you'll be him one day. I said, keep that dream alive, young man, don't let the king stand in your way. Woo! This next poem is called Innocence. I'm going to lower, take the tone a bit darker. Yes! It's called Innocence. I don't normally hate on people that are innocent, but I'm a Sheffield United fan, and you can guess where this is going. But what is innocent is driving around town looking for girls too drunk to stand in chip shops, the behaviour of someone with innocent intentions. An idiot on a night out by the top blog, some blades to cry. Not in my eyes. Are you innocent, Ched Evans? I don't know, I wasn't there, but I do care about a woman's right to be, about a female's right to go to the chippy and not be the subject of a phone call between two blokes to say, I've got a girl. I voiced my objections, I called for his rejection. Other fans called me a traitor. My personal favourite is, when he scores facing the Kop, will you not celebrate? But I tell you now, if the man scores a winning goal in the FA Cup final, it will always be tainted. Whether he did or didn't rape her, it's not even my point. Are our morals so disjointed that we support this man's behaviour? Do we want our sons to grow up thinking drunk women are there to be taken, hunted like prey, led to a car and whisked away? Why can't a drunk female get a greasy chip butty without being subjected to your guilty intentions? And admittedly for me, overturning the guilty verdict was unexpected. But if you're as innocent as you claim you are, why did you leave the hotel by the fire exit? Why did, when you entered the building, you told a lie? This don't sound like the actions of a man who has nothing to hide. And we've all been there. You can't deny it. Back to your place with a girl, she passes out because she's pissed. Do you try it? Hell no if you respect the opposite sex. Damn no if you have any morals to vex. Man, this is fucking basic. The fact I'm having to explain this in 2021 makes me fucking frustrated. In these days of Me Too, Me 3, Me 4, 5 and more, 4.5 billion tales of behaviour to deplore. What I'm saying, fellow blades, is see past the fact who was found innocent in court. Don't we want the next generation to grow up with more positive thought? If that's the case, we must set the example. Stick to our values with no disclaimer preamble. And yeah, no, it's sad. We live in times where our heroes and statues are being torn down across lands, and you're disappointed to learn he's another fallen hero with guilt on his hands. But let's be brave and be strong and not get it confused. Don't stand up for the abusers, stand up for the abused. We can make this world a better place for our women. On the terrace of Bramall Lane is where the story begins. Have your own mind, don't be led by the pack, stand your ground, even if your opinion's attacked. Treat women with the respect they deserve. Imagine that was a loved one before you defend the absurd. So yes, Ched Evans, I respect that you may be innocent in the eyes of our justice system, but in the eyes of innocence and real men, you are unforgivable. Thanks. Yeah, got a stick for that poem. Can you believe it? Like, you know, I almost disowned my football team. Should have supported Leicester, really. I mean, that would have just been a better option, really. You know what I mean? But we'll not get into that. I don't want to cry twice in one night. So, when I was, I think I was about 7 or something, I just decided one day I was going to move to London for no reason whatsoever. So I just did it. It's a weird vibe. Anyone from London? Lives in London? Yeah? It's a different vibe to Leicester, isn't it? Yeah? And I tried to sum that up in a poem. And this is called The Rhythm of London. The provincial came on the train to find his fortune. He came listening on his headphones to his own beat, with his own rhythm locked into his dancing feet. He stands on the pavement, a wasp in a beehive. He looks down at his loose-fitting jeans, simple skate shoes, his relaxed manner. No uptight walk to fit into place. He feels like a tourist from outer space. He wonders if the people here really spend so much of their time underground, and why the pilots of this hub that carry the financial world but work underground all day like blood diamond slaves are demonized by the media for wanting a better wage. Give them every penny they ask for, a northerner says. It's the rhythm of London, the beat of London. We all dance to it. We have no choice. We often drive to it or cycle to it. It's not the kind of place that wants to hear your voice. A swirling vortex of people, thoughts, emotions. A super beehive ever expanding. The queen bee ever demanding. Hear the rhythm of London, the beat of London. You all dance to it. You have no choice. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. I guess it's just making it that's the problem. And here we should insert a definition of made. I would say it's fulfilling your potential, whatever that is, whoever you are, no matter what the mediocre-driven society or celebrity-obsessed newspapers say. Feel the rhythm of London, the beat of London. They all dance to it. They have no choice. A summered five-ringed frenzy engulfed us. The intensity, the adulation, the lust for gold and social admiration. Fear, hope, disappointment, anger, envy, and heartbreak for those who don't come top. The king, a yellow flame, who goes too fast to stop. Dance to the rhythm of London, the beat of London. We all have to. We have no choice. The blue madness engulfed us in May. It couldn't have come too soon, the blue hearts would say. I guess most never thought that they'd see the day. On an oligarch's money that kingdom was made or bought, I should say. A modern society with its modern bling, but still old empirical ways. Those who lap up success won't complain. Those locked in jealousy want to go back to the old days. It's the rhythm of London, it's the beat of London. We all dance to it, we have no choice. A lot of people talk of economic depression. I rather think it's a social recession. Material lust resulting in iPhone obsession. Too many causes to give each one a mention. The collective conscious waits in a juvenile detention, constantly looking at the phone on the floor. I look up just long enough to get through the tube door. Grave disconnection from the community. This personified London could prove itself so much if only it had unity. The rhythm of London, the beat of London. As far as the eye can see, choiceless dances. Some self-perceived repressed people sit in an affluent cafe. You know what they talk about? You know what they say? They talk about, they wonder when they'll see the day they get all of their land back, and which they've never been to, and is thousands of miles away. Not far from that place, the diaspora stay. You know what they talk about. You know what they say. They wonder when they'll get their land back, and why they had to move thousands of miles away. To the rhythm, to the beat. The provincial walks down the street. It's a foggy London night. Not uptight, but upright. Has he made it? Hard to say, but that rhythm of London still plays. Its very own Harlem Shake. It plays to keep us dancing, tasking, romancing. For you see, it has to. It has no choice. Thank you. Thank you so much. I finished with a little poem about stuff. It's sort of mind blank there. This poem is nostalgic vibes. Anyone like a nostalgic vibe team? Yeah? Okay. This one's for you. It's called Rise of the Machines. How's that funny?
That sounds a bit futuristic, not nostalgic.
I'll explain. I feel like I picked it up too much. I might do a different poem. Anyone remember 8-Track? I don't. I'm not that old. But we know it was whack. But the older brother, of our beloved cassettes. Anyone remember cassettes? So those little pieces of plastic, we're all in debt. They gave us the freedom to record our own tunes and make our own mixtapes. We were over the moon. Remember crouched by your tape player, waiting for the DJ on the radio to drop your favourite tune. But if you press record at the wrong second, you might regret it, because you're going to catch my selector telling you what. Those tapes, you only had 45 minutes of tunes you could play. You had to take it out and turn it around. It was the only way. Remember fast forwarding to hear your favourite sounds. And when the damn things broke, you'd have to spend 10 minutes with a pencil. Or where's your finger? Putting the damn things back together. Just what you needed when walking home in cold weather. Remember we clipped our Walkmans to our belts? When you fell off your skateboard, your music died, you cried out and you cursed like hell. While we're on the subject, anyone remember minidisc? Yeah. Now dropping that thing was like a game of Risk. For about 10 minutes they were all the rage. They were so small, with a mini inside cage, they were so small, losing them was a ball. But man, I loved all these retro pieces of plastic. They were fantastic. Musically, they were hench with their super mini strength. Yes, I'm talking about the rise of the machines. I ain't even going to get into CDs, because nowadays shining iPods and iPads are into our dreams. But now I can check my emails while listening to Jay-Z. Yippee! And if I'm not careful, Apple, Google, and Facebook know everything about me. And as far as piracy goes, I haven't got a parrot and a wooden leg, in case you're not in the know. We didn't call it stealing, we called it sharing, because for all those years the music industry was uncaring. £25 for a CD? Screw you, HMV, and your American imports. They had us by the balls. Nowadays I just go online and find Sublime at the click of a button, no music can hide. But the abuse didn't just stretch to only the consumer. It was my artists and performers who were really the losers. On the sale of all those expensive CDs, my artists only made a small percentage piece. Now the record labels want to call us the thieves. If you're a drummer in a band, you'll be on salary, not royalty, and you're joking if you think Spotify pays the artists properly. Musicians I know, they get the shit out there. They don't care, they're seeking retribution, they don't need distribution. Nowadays all you need is an internet connection to the theft of the past has come correction. Real fans will still come see your shows, buy your t-shirts, and show you the love because they're in the know. Fuck you, record execs. I hope you're out on the street with nowhere to go. You ripped us off for so long, but with or without the internet, the music scene will always be strong. So here's a message to all the big money artists who complain about piracy. You're fucking hypocrites, because you got your videos for free on YouTube, hoping for your tune to go viral, see? You should be grateful you're making a living out of playing music. You got love from the fans, don't be greedy, don't abuse it. And what's the difference between YouTube and pirate play? YouTube's cool and is a free marketing mouthpiece for what the record labels say. Man, I could go on all day. Anyone remember Vine? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming this evening and taking the time to listen. Thanks to everyone who bought a book. If you like a book, they're £10. They feel really smooth. I feel like it's like the USP of the book. Like, the poems are alright. Like, and it's got like loads of auntie pictures in, done by Andrew Lee. Yeah, I feel like £10 is okay value.